By the raising of your hands really high, how many of you have seen me before or you're seeing me for the first time? Wonderful, wonderful. That is just amazing. On the count of 3, I want you to yell, wow. 1, 2, 3.
Wow!
Nice. But this time you're going to do it with all the gusto, with every bit amount of energy that you have. On the count of 3, you're going to yell, wow. 1, 2, 3.
Wow!
Wow. Now, have you ever thought about what that word wow means? Take a look at this. It's a moment of astonishment and sensational success. Everybody say, wow!
Wow!
Now, what I want you to do right now is I want you to imagine that you've walked into work and actually you have fed all the kids and you just kind of walk out and you think, wow. Not because they ate the cauliflower, but because you have a workplace culture where everybody is energized, they're happy, they're productive, and everybody gets along. Wow, wouldn't that be amazing? Yeah. So over the last 10 years, I have traveled extensively across this country. Whoops. Wait, what happened there? Wow. I have traveled extensively across this country, and I have asked and interviewed thousands of people about their job, and it amazes me the people that say this: I love my job and I love where I work. Yeah. And so through all these years, it's like, why? I want to know why. And so I have spent so much time just really researching why that happens. And so today, I'm going to share the secret with you. Who would like to know the secret? Yeah. I'm going to share it. To me, it's like the best ingredient. It's like the secret sauce. And it was actually in the lyrics of that song that I came out with. And it's this: you are enough to change the atmosphere. I'm going to say that again. You are enough to change the atmosphere. So how many of you remember the days of this? The blue screen of death. Yeah, it used to happen all the time with computers years and years ago. And it didn't matter how many times you hit that enter button or any of the keyboard or any of the keys on the keyboard, it would just get worse because it was stuck. So what would you have to do? You would have to reboot it. You would have to reboot it. And so what happens when you reboot? You hit Control Alt Delete. Everybody say Control Alt Delete. You hit Control Alt Delete. And then when you did that, it would shut it down and it would come back on and it would be like brand new, refreshed, ready to go again. So I'm going to teach you how to reboot. Look at someone, say reboot. Reboot. So everybody give me a 10. All right, put your hands down. I did that because I don't want you to forget that. Because in life, on the job, it's very important that in our minds we put a 10 over people's heads. In your situation, kids, teachers, put a 10 over their heads. What do I mean by that? You are going to give them high value. And when you put a 10 over their head, now that doesn't mean you're going to go up to someone and say, hey, you're a 10 today. No. Well, you are a 10. You are a 10. But no, that doesn't mean you walk up to them and do that. It's a mindset. And you need to make that mind shift that they are a 10, because there are going to be those days. I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. Just a minute, go back to my buddy over there. Okay, you know we're pretending here. We're pretending right now, okay? All right, we're pretending. There are going to be those days when that student walks in and you think, oh no, here comes the 4. Yeah. No. Make it a 10. No matter if there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, 7, 8, 9. No, you put a 10 over their heads. You're a 10.
Thank you.
Rick's a 10. Give Rick a hand clap. On the instrument panel, they have an instrument called the AI. And you want to know what it stands for? This is so cool. It's the attitude indicator. I know! The attitude indicator. So I had to ask more questions about this. And so he's pointing to it. So here's a close-up of it. And that instrument, there's this horizontal line that the pilot is watching all the time. And it needs to stay level, because if it goes like this and you're flying like this, that's not good. Everybody's going to be pulling out those little bags. You want that plane, you want that line to be level. And what happens is during the flight, that attitude indicator makes hundreds of corrections in every single flight, so that that aircraft can fly at its best, highest performance. And I thought about that and I thought, how cool is that? So guess what? There isn't one attitude indicator. There isn't 2 attitude indicators. There are 3. I said, why do you have 3 of them in there? Because he said it's so valuable and important to have this instrument, because if one goes out, we have a backup. If the backup goes out, we have the 3rd. That's how valuable it is. And so I want you to start thinking about having that attitude indicator on the inside of you, that when you start to slip into that negativity, nope, make a correction. You start to say something negative, nope. That attitude indicator on the inside of you is going to stop you, and you're going to Control Alt Delete. You're going to reboot. You're going to become the best version of yourself, so that you can have this wow workplace culture.
Desi's keynote was very inspiring, engaging. Never a dull moment through her whole speech or presentation. It enlightened me, gave me a lot of tools to take back to my kitchen. When I go back to work, this is going to help me get my team to be more positive, more happier, and create a better teamwork environment. I would recommend others to listen to Desi, because she is very empowering, she is very motivational, gives you the right tools to take back to your workplace.
When I go back to work, this is going to help me by, I deal with a lot of staff, 17 different schools, and I see a lot of different personalities, and with the managers that I have here now, I can relate to a lot of their staff by the things that were talked about today, and I believe there's a lot of the pointers that she talked about that I immediately thought of several employees that can be part of the conversation with attitudes and negativities and how to be a better overall person. I'd recommend others listen to Desi because she's very inspirational, she's very informative, she's very bubbly, outgoing. Her experience with her life that she's gone through is remarkable. From the beginning through all the trials and tribulations she had, and people need to hear that it's possible to go through life and be successful.